Hello. According to the Book of Llandaff, compiled at Llandaff Cathedral around 1125 from earlier records, a monastery and school destroyed either by Irish raiders or an Anglo-Saxon warband was refounded as a monastic college around AD 500 at what is now Llantwit Major on the coast of the Bristol Channel in the Vale of Glamorgan by St Illtyd. It developed as a pioneering and significant site of learning, drawing students from across the country. St Illtyd's church that occupies the site today dates from after the Norman conquest. A collection of commemorative stones in the Galilee chapel dating from the 9th to the 11th centuries are all that remain of the earlier Celtic church. We first hear of Illtyd in a Life of St Sampson of Dol, one of Illtyd's pupils, written in the early 7th century by a Breton monk. Illtyd, he tells us, was of all the Britons the most accomplished in all the scriptures, philosophy, rhetoric, grammar and arithmetic. The monastic college at Llantwit Major is described as a place of learning in a sea of barbarism. A Life of St Illtyd was written much later, around 1140, by a Norman cleric at Llantwit Major, drawing on existing stories and poems. In this telling, Illtyd is identified as the son of Baicarnus, a most famous soldier from a noble Breton line, and a daughter of Arnblaud, king of Britannia. After receiving a formal education, Illtyd serves as a soldier before becoming a monk and teacher. When our anonymous biographer wrote his Life of St Illtyd, the idea of Illtyd as a military figure as a young man was already prevalent. In the life, he is said to be King Arthur's cousin and to have visited King Arthur's court before settling at the court of Pwllentus, king of Glamorgan. It's not the only reference linking Illtyd and Arthur. In an 11th century Life of St Cadoc, a late 5th, early 6th century abbot of Llancarfan in Glamorgan, Illtyd helps resolve a dispute between Cadoc and Arthur, and in a version of the Welsh Triads, a collection of related texts recording fragments of myth, tradition and folklore in rhetorical form, Illtyd is one of 3 knights, along with Cadoc and Percival or Percival, responsible for the Holy Grail. Baron Blackett and Alan Wilson, who spent years pursuing a quest for evidence of King Arthur and published several books on the subject, made extensive use of the Life of St Illtyd in their wide-ranging and exhaustive research. While they met with considerable scepticism, there is no doubting their commitment and dedication, and it would be wrong to dismiss all their conclusions. One chapter in the Life of Illtyd deals with a miracle in a cave at a place called Llunarth. From the cave it says Illtyd saw a rowing boat approaching, and when he goes to meet it, the body of a certain most holy man, whose name he is told never to divulge, is consigned to his care and for burial in the cave. Interpreting the certain most holy man as a possible Arthur figure, and following further clues, Blackett and Wilson believe the body was later transferred along the River Uenny for reburial at the Church of St Peter Supermontem, near Brunna in Mid Glamorgan. They bought the site with the remains of the ruined church, and their investigations in 1983 uncovered a memorial stone bearing the faint inscription Rex Arturius Fili Mauritius. In 1990, they commissioned an archaeological dig, which revealed earlier buildings on the site, including a beehive-style hermitage typical of a Celtic monk's cell. Several artefacts were found, including a small cross made of electrum, a naturally occurring alloy of gold and silver and other trace elements, inscribed Pro Anima Arturius, for the soul of Arthur. Blackett and Wilson concluded they had found the grave of Athrus ap Murig, historical prince or king of Gwent and Glewysing, in the first half of the 7th century. Athrus has been proposed as a candidate for King Arthur by various writers from the early 18th century. Unfortunately, publicity generated by the finds led to site vandalism. Next time I'm going to explore the Arthurian references in a history of the Britons attributed to Nennius, a Welsh monk writing in the late 820s, but a work probably best described as anonymous. If you've enjoyed this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons and click on the notification bell to be informed when the next video is available, or you can subscribe by clicking on the rose window over my shoulder.